love adding special little touches to as many things as I can when I am cooking. It brings me so much joy. It kind of adds a little art into it, and I feel like Valentine's Day is the perfect excuse to have a little bit of fun with our baking. So today we're gonna do some baking with love for my large family, and I have a lot of fun recipes to share again. But today we're actually starting with an ice cream. I thought kind of for Valentine's themed. Now we're gonna do a lot of heart-shaped things here today. Obviously ice cream is a little bit harder to do heart-shaped, but I thought a cheesecake ice cream would be a fun idea because cheesecake is a very Valentine thing, right? So I actually have some freeze-dried blackberries. I don't like the seeds in it, which is why I am sieving it into here. I'm gonna try to do about a cup of this powder, and then we'll blend it and freeze it, and I'll show you how I do that. My recipe for an ice cream base is just a quart of cream. You can use store-bought. I use just Jersey cream from the farm here, so it will probably be a little bit creamier than what you can find at the store. And then I put in a cup of maple syrup for this, and then also about a cup of cream cheese, and that gives it that kind of tangy, very like creamy, cream cheesy flavor, which is amazing. I'll cook that down, and I will heat that on the stove till it's just before it wants to boil. So you don't want it to boil. That will make the cream curdle. So just get it really nice and hot, and then I temper in 10 egg yolks. And I'll stir that in. Again, I don't bring it to a boil, but I just want it to get nice and hot. And I'll add in a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of like a pinch of salt. And that's really it. I'll cool that custard. So I made that yesterday. It's chilled now. And so now I'm gonna add my blackberry powder, and then it'll be ready to churn. Okay, you can see we have this beautiful kind of purple color now, but we still have a little bit of specks, and I want it to be perfectly smooth. So I'm gonna throw this in my blender so that I can blend it up real fine so we're not speckly anymore. All right, got my ice cream bowl here. I love having two because if you have company, it gives you a chance to do a little bit more. And these do need to freeze for at least 24 hours between uses. So I've tried skimping on that before, and it has not gone well. The ice cream will not freeze hard unless it's had the full 24 hours. Ooh, we have a lot of base. That's almost too much, but I think it'll still work. I'm gonna plug this in, and then I like to run it for around 30 minutes usually. That will give you a nice like soft serve consistency. That's as loud as it is. It's kind of like a dishwasher or a washing machine or something like that in the background. But for the sake of the video, we're not gonna have this running here. Well, I know you see these pots and pans in pretty much every single one of my videos. I have so been enjoying these pans now for the past, oh goodness, 5 years, I guess. And they are used pretty much 3 times a day, 365 days a year at my home. I recently also got the cast iron versions, which some of you have been asking about those. Yes, they are also caraway. And so I am so honored to be partnering with them again in today's video. I'm so excited to have a good discount code for you here soon. But if you've done any sort of research into cookware, you are probably well aware of the fact that so many of them come with so many toxins and chemicals. They're called forever chemicals. They literally can take decades to get out of your bloodstream once they're in. They're actually qualified as a carcinogen, which is one of the highest risk for cancer. And so definitely not something to take lightly. And I really love that with caraway, I don't have to worry about that sort of thing. They are tested for these forever chemicals, and they're actually made out of ceramic. I remember the first time I ever did pancakes in here, I called Josh over and I was like, babe, you have to see this, because I was so excited over how well they just flipped over. But if you get the entire set, which that's how you'll get the best value for your money. It's 20% off, I think, when you get the whole set together like this. You'll get the 4 pans, and then it actually comes with lids as well. But as far as the actual pans, you'll have the saute pan and then the Dutch oven. This is definitely one of my most used. And then there is the fry pan. And then there is the little saucepan. This one, for one, is so cute. If you are not a neutral lover, they have them in so many other colors as well. They were so kind to offer me a discount code. You can use this golden hour 10, and that will actually give you an extra 10%. If you do get the full set like this, you'll get the original 20% off, plus with my code, it'll be an extra 10%. Or if you're just looking for anything else on the website, from their storage containers, their bakeware stuff, my muffin liners, the gold cooling rack I know a lot of you have been asking about, my cast iron pans, for all of that you'll still get the 10% off. So I'll put these away and we'll continue with our baking, but if you have been eyeing them, I hope that helps you out. Let's move on to our cake. I thought it would be fun to do a heart-shaped vanilla cake. This is a sourdough recipe, but I used all fresh milled flour. I'm still playing around with fresh milled cakes. I feel like so many things like cookies, scones, biscuits, so many things you can't tell much of a difference as far as the consistency goes using fresh milled. But cakes has been one that, with Kyra's cake decorating classes and everything, we've been making a lot of cakes and they've been a little bit harder to nail down. I feel like, what? Bites. What do you want bites of? He hears the ice cream maker and he knows what that means, right? That's Mama's mic. We'll just keep it back there. Oh, yeah. The fresh milled cakes tend to turn out really dense. Mommy. So this time I sifted most of the bran out of the fresh milled flour. I know that takes away some of the benefit, but you still are not processing the wheat and all of that. So that's what we're going to try this time and see how that does for us. I mixed everything except for the baking soda and the baking powder last evening and then let it ferment overnight. So now I'm just going to stir that in and it'll be ready to bake. If you have trouble with cakes sticking to the pan, something that my sister, who does a lot of wedding cakes and the like, taught me is to use parchment paper and cooking spray. This is an olive oil cooking spray, and then also dust it with flour. So you're like taking all the measures to get a nice clean cake out of the pan. So I'm just gonna actually trace around my cake pan and then we'll cut out that mold, if you will, or the shape. So first I'm gonna do a layer of cooking spray and then we'll trace it. Okay, got our heart. By the way, I promise my finger is fine. It looks awful. I just got a cut that is needing a little bit of time to heal. Okay, so we're gonna pop this on top of the cooking spray. And then I'm actually gonna put a little bit more cooking spray on top of the parchment, like this. I'm gonna dust it with just a little bit of flour as well. All right, and then we will put in our cake batter. Then we'll tap it 3 times to get the air bubbles out and bake. We'll bake that for 30 minutes at 350. We still have some more batter left, so we are just gonna put that to the side for the time being until our bread pans are ready again. But I mixed 2 Artisan loaves last evening as well, so let's do the stretch and pulls on those right now so that they can get ready to bake next. All right, we'll let these rest for 10 minutes. So the cakes are smelling delicious. I'm just gonna let these in the pan for a couple of minutes and then we'll dump them onto a cooling rack. But right now I wanna work on the paleo chocolate. I've showed it on here before. It's one of our very favorites. Starting off with a cup of coconut oil, and then I actually grabbed these little mold things off of Amazon. I thought it'd be so cute to make little heart chocolates. And so we're gonna start off with melting the coconut oil. I'll do a cup of natural peanut butter. I'll do a cup of cocoa powder. And then a cup of maple syrup. So basically the goal is just to have everything smooth and melted. We're gonna stir that together, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of vanilla as well as a pinch of salt. And we'll just mix that good. And then I'm gonna let this cool just a little bit. I don't want it to thicken, but I don't want it super hot either since these are silicone molds. Okay, hopefully you can hear me above the sound of the grain mill. Kyra is actually working on making a birthday cake for someone, which is fun. But the ice cream here is ready. I'll show you what it looks like right now. Okay, so we're at this like soft serve consistency right now, which is delicious as well. But I would like to pop it into the freezer here for a couple of hours. Wow, what a beautiful color though. I'm not sure if that's showing up. It's this really pretty like lavender. Okay, our breads are ready to bake, so we're gonna score them. I saw on Pinterest or somewhere scoring the bread in a heart shape. Some places they actually bake them as a heart, which is cute too. I think we're just gonna have some fun with the scoring here today. Good, yeah, let's try to squish it. Yeah, like a little heart shape. Scones with that one. Yeah, sprinkle all around. Yeah, and then we'll spread that around. Yeah. Okay, back finally to our chocolate situation. We are going to put our now slightly chilled, well not chilled, I actually just had it sitting at room temperature, but it's cooled off a little bit. It's not like burning hot anymore. We're gonna put that in here, but I'm wondering maybe we should spray this? I guess they slide out because you can push the bottoms, but just for safekeeping, I'm gonna put a little bit of this olive oil spray in here as well. So we'll put these in and then I might pop them in the freezer. What did you find of all things? Pretzels. Yeah. I think I started trouble now. Okay, next up, let's do scones, but make them heart-shaped. So I got this big heart cookie cutter, and we're gonna do scones. These are not sweet scones, they're actually savory. I put some chipped ham and some shredded cheese, chives, garlic powder, that sort of thing in. So I think these would be so delicious with soup or something like that. It's pretty hard from being in the fridge, isn't it? Okay, let's cut them out. Yeah. There you go. Got all our scones in the pan here, and so all we need to do now is just brush them with a little bit of heavy cream, and then they'll be ready to bake. You gotta have at least a little bit of chocolate on Valentine's, am I right? So I actually have some brownie batter here. This one is not sourdough, but I did use all fresh milled flour for it. And then now I'm just gonna chop up some of this. This is Lily's salted almond dark chocolate, and we are gonna chop that up, about 2 cups of it, and we'll put that in with the batter. We'll bake these, and then I thought it would be fun to cut them out again with our little heart cookie cutter and put some special toppings on. Well, that is looking nice and gooey. I'm gonna bake this at 350 for about 20 minutes and check it then. Okay, it's time for the fun part. Our cakes are cooled. I made some of my cream cheese mousse. We really like this for on cakes. It's not as sweet as like a buttercream. It is just cream cheese, plain yogurt, honey, vanilla, and salt. Sometimes I'll also fold in some stiff whipped cream. That's delicious, but I didn't want it to get too thin for on the cake. And then in this, I added some freeze-dried strawberries to make it pink, and it also just adds that delicious flavor. So I think what I'm gonna do is pipe a little bit of white. I didn't have very much of the freeze-dried strawberries, so I'm gonna save that for the exterior of the cake, and we're gonna pipe some of the white in the center. And then I think in the middle of that, like the filling, I'm gonna just do some strawberry rhubarb jam that I have in the pantry. Just realized this is actually raspberry rhubarb, but I think it'll still be good even with the strawberry buttercream. Raspberry and strawberry, I think, can complement each other. Well, this is very nice having a daughter who's been taking cake decorating lessons, because she's giving me tips here what to do. But one thing is I completely forgot that we had got a turntable, and apparently I can make nicer edges if I put it on here. So I'm going to actually transfer this over, and then we'll decorate it on here. All right, I think we got our crumb coat good enough. Now I'm gonna come in with our strawberry mousse. Okay, I may never be the world's best cake decorator, but we're making progress. So basically this is all I'm gonna do. I have some little red heart sprinkles that I thought the kids would get a kick out of putting on, and then that'll be it for the cake. Okay, we're gonna call the cake good. I actually ran out of pink piping on the very little corner, so my back corner here doesn't have piping, but we don't mind. It's gonna taste good. So now I'm gonna check our chocolates here because, oh, that's so cute. They should be done, and sure enough they are. If you make these at home, you will just want to store them in the fridge or somewhere that they don't melt because the coconut oil does soften and then melt. The fridge is probably better than the freezer because they will be very cold and hard coming out of the freezer. I actually love having these in the afternoons when I'm craving a little sweet treat. Such a good source of like healthy fats as well, and the kids of course love them. Okay, let's check our brownies here. Hopefully they are cooled because I am running out of time, but I want to take my same heart cookie cutter shape and turn these into cute little brownie hearts. Well, strawberries and chocolate are kind of the quintessential Valentine's foods, right? You gotta have some of both. I know we have little bits of both here, but I wanted to make one more strawberry flavored thing, which was one of my childhood favorite beverages actually, and that is strawberry milk. So I'm gonna just throw it together in the blender. I know you can make a syrup. That's a lot better for you than the Nesquik version. But since we are gonna probably drink this right after, I'm just gonna throw it together in the blender. So I'm gonna completely skip the cooking step. And then I'm gonna take about a cup of raw honey. I'll add that in here. If you do not like the flavor of honey, you might want to use sugar instead because you can taste the honey a little bit in this. I think it's delicious with the strawberries. I'm gonna start with 2/3 cup. And then I'll do like 6 to 8 cups of milk on here yet. My brownies from the freezer. They were a little bit too warm earlier, but they feel great now. So I'm gonna pipe some of my leftover cheesecake mousse onto these, and then we'll top them with a strawberry. And I also have a little bit of my leftover chocolate, so I'm thinking maybe I'll drizzle that on top yet. Okay, just checking on my ice cream here, and we're not totally hard yet, but you can see, maybe you can see that I'm getting a nice like curl on it, so I can scoop it well like this and get a clean scoop. So I'm gonna put some of that in a bowl. Nice and creamy. You can very much taste the cream cheese and the blackberry. This was so much fun. We have our Artisan little heart loaves here, our healthy chocolate, of course, the blackberry cheesecake ice cream, our savory scones, our brownies that are nice and gooey. We have our strawberry milk, and then of course the heart cake. I hope that gave you some inspiration maybe for some last minute treats for your family. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye, friends. Golden thing.